Hi guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so let me share the screen. So able to see?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, so yesterday we have started with CloudFormation templates. So in the shortcut, they were going to call this CFT. So in the terminology, the real-time scenario, have you worked on the CFTs or you have you worked on the CloudFormation templates? So what is your infrastructure as a code which you are using as a tool? So among these three terminologies, everything is the same. So only they are talking about the infrastructure as a code. AWS means you can tell CloudFormation templates. So with the help of this CloudFormation templates, we can create all resources in AWS. You go any service, for every service we have a predefined templates are there. So you can choose the template and we can upload the template and we can run the template. So the resources will be created. So without going to EC2, we are going to create a EC2 resources. If you want to set up a VPC, no need to go to the VPC service. So anything VPC setup, if you want to do it, so we will write the VPC template and we will run the CFT template. Same thing, EC2, S3, load balancer, auto scaling, CloudWatch, CloudTrail, any service you take it, SNS, SQS, any service you take it, for every service we have a predefined template is there. All will follow the same kind of a structure, version, parameters, resources. We will create a separate resources and we will do the mapping. EC2, for example, in the yesterday's class, we have seen EC2. Key pair is a separate resource. Security group is a separate resources. What we will do, we will create a resources and we will do the mapping. EC2, I want to map it. So just we'll do the mapping. Okay. So version is the constant one. We can't change the value. AWS template version, something 999/1994, something. Some predefined version is there. So we need to always use the same version. So we have the parameter sections will be there. Resource section will be there. Mappings. If you want to apply any conditions based upon the conditions like dev environments, I need to go with instance type is t2.micro. If it is a production environment means I don't want select the instance type. I want to go with directly production instance means I want to go with t2.medium. So these are the certain type of conditions. If I'm using the dev environment, I need to go with instance type differently. If I want to go with production, I want to go with instance type differently. So these are like different conditions. So there is a functions like fn colon. So what are the key pairs are associated in my complete region? So CFT is basically it is a for every region we have a CloudFormation template service. It's a region-based service. So automatically in this region, currently if I am in the North Virginia region or Tokyo region, so what happens? So if you are based upon the region, so I want to get the list of all key pairs associated. Example, if you're taking the EC2, so by using the function fn, so what we will do? So what are the key pairs are associated in my particular region? List out all the key pairs. I will choose the one of the key pair from the option. If you are creating the new key pair also, from this function, it will retrieve the current list of the key pairs. Okay. So instead of hard coding, I want to get the list of all the key pairs means I can go with function and the key pair function name like this. So finally, we have a output. So anybody asking about the CloudFormation template, so we need to remember this skeleton. If you remember this skeleton or this format, you can write any kind of CloudFormation template. If you are seeing the big kind of a CloudFormation template, don't get confused. So we need to go with as this like this. So most of the cases we are working here only. We will create 100 resources. we were going to map it that 100 resources to the single resources. EC2 creation is a one single resource creation, but we are going to map it with various things, volumes, storage. Next thing is security groups, key pairs, like that. So everything we need to see like this. So yesterday we have seen this concept, resources and mapping and version. Okay, so if you see the example here, so AWS Cloud Formation Simplified, it will give various examples for you to practice it. You can fork the same thing from my account. Already I have shared the URL to you. Just go to your account, click on the fork option. So select the URL, it will ask you. Select my URL. So whatever the coding is available in my GitHub account, you can transfer the same code in your GitHub account. Okay. So either you can usually directly this URL and type in the browser, you can also see the files. Now, if you see the parameter types, we have doesn't see the parameter section.
Sam, on request, Sam here about the GitHub, right? When we are moving to the Devops, right? Can you please give a little bit background of GitHub and the options you are saying, right? Support or something, those kind of information, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
yes.
sure.
GitHub will definitely go in the DevOps classes. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
So if you don't know the GitHub also, don't worry. Just go to the browser and type these things. Okay.
Yeah, so at this moment, yeah, we are at least from my end, right? I'm not, I didn't know about the GitHub. That is the reason I'm asking.
Yeah. So this is like an online one. If you have the internet, just click this link. So it will be redirected to, okay, these things. If you want to practice the things, you can click here, or if you want to keep this everything for your local machine, click on the code section and download the zip is there. So just click on download zip. All the examples will be copied to your local machine. Okay. So this is the way we can save it. If you don't want to save the data in your local, if you want to keep it online, you can visit this site. Okay. So next section is we have seen the resource creations and we have mapped the resource creations. Yesterday section we have seen. Now we have the key pair concept is there. I don't want to hard code the key pair. How many key pairs are associated in my EC2 instances? So these key pairs can be associated with the help of the things. So how we are using AWS EC2 instances? So same thing for the key pair. So we have the type is there, AWS EC2 key pair and key name. So this is the predefined one. We need to pass like this. So it will give the list of all the key pairs. If you don't want to go with the hardcore things, so we need to go parameters. If you are going to give the option to the end user itself, end user has to select the option. I don't want to go with hardcore means, then we will go with parameter section. Okay, select this template. Copy it. So here resource. So this is the resource name. Dev EC2 instance is the EC2 instance name. I want to create it. So if you want to give your own name, we can create it. So always EC2 instance. Here for other service, it will change. If it is S3 means S3 bucket. Load balancer means EC2 load balancer. Like that. VPC means separate. S3 means separate. IAM means separate. Here we need to choose the type. No need to worry about the services also. Everything will be online. Everything will get the template. We are not only the first person, we are generating our own template. Lot of people has worked on the CloudFormation template. They will share a lot of examples for us. So just we need to understand the concept here. This concept. Okay. So version, parameters, how to use it, how to use the resources, how to use the mapping, how to use the conditions, how to use the function, what is the output section. Okay, so first thing is version is there. Okay, so next thing is if you are using the parameters, so everywhere the parameters keyword will be using. Okay, so next thing is resources. This is called as a resource section. Mapping is nothing but this we are providing the references. So this is a separate security group. We are creating a separate resources that we are going to map to our EC2 instances. So always we need to give exclamatory REF. R should be capital. You see anywhere. So if you put wrongly, it will not work. It will give error for us. Only in the real-time scenario, we are going to update only the right side values. We are not going to touch the key values. Only we are going to don't touch the key things. we always be focused on the values. These things. So this right side value, what are the value we are going to pass it? We need to focus on these things only. First of all, we need to think whether it is a hard code value or dynamic value. So if you are expecting something from the user has to provide the value means, so we will define all the things in the parameter section. So previously we have used the key name as what I am giving. So I'm giving like this, testing 1, 2, 3. Based upon the key name, I want to go only with one key name. I want to hard code it. So I don't want to go with a hard coding. I want to get the list of all the key pair associated with my particular region. So what we can do? So we can use the refer keyword. So what is the naming conventions we are giving here? What is the same name? If we are passing here like this, here also it should be the same. So both the names has to be matching here. Whatever the naming here is. So I heard about only key name only we need to pass it. Not that is not the scenario. So whatever the key name you are providing here, that key name has to be mapped here. In front of that, we need to provide the reference. Okay, so here key name is I can give my own key name. Okay, so what are the name we are providing it? Just we are providing the same name. That has to match it. That's it. That is the only thing we need to create it. So this one we will get from the internet if you want to pass the list of all the key pairs. Okay, so like that we will select it. So in our cases, if this CFT, if you want to execute successfully, so everything is hard coded, only this AMI. This is they have provided their own AMI. So if you want to create your own AMI, just we will select our anything you take it, Windows or anything. Just we will select one server, same kind of a server you want it. Just our region AMI only we need to pass it. Just select the AMI ID here. Just copy it. Or we can go with any servers. That's it. So this is also instead of AMI ID also we can pass hard coded one. Instead of hard coded, we can pass dynamic also. We will see the examples. Okay. So this is the way we can go with parameter section. So just we'll type Control-C, save the file. Desktop or downloads, we can go anything. EC2 creation .yaml. That's it. It is a YAML format. We are not using open bracket, close bracket, anything. So we can create the same thing in the real-time scenario. You may get a chance to work in the YAML format or JSON format. So JSON open brackets and close bracket will be there. So YAML is this one. So even if you are writing, you are putting your hands and you are writing anything. So you want to validate means Control-C. YAML inside is there. So only here it will go keep a key and value. It will not tell errors here. Only it will show your alignment errors. So under the properties, if you are passing the image ID under the properties, it will give error. So alignment issues only it will give it. So if you are passing the wrongly, it will not understand this side. What is this AMI ID and everything. It will only check your alignments. If you are passing image ID below the properties, mistakenly you will get error. Okay, so always it will checks for only your alignments, not the key pair value details. Just click on the go. So if you are getting the valid YAML means, okay, what are the syntax we are maintaining it looks good. So keep on adding one by one and keep on testing it until you will get the final output. Okay, so just select here, go to your CloudFormation template, click and create stack it. So template is ready. So upload a template. If you are keeping template in S3, we need to pass the S3 URL. Or if you want the local machine, we can choose the local machine. Downloads. EC2 creation. Next. EC2 creation in something Tokyo region. With parameters. Something, any naming conventions you can get. Okay, EC2 creation is fine. Deleted. So previously, the last example, we are not able to see the parameters. Now you can see the parameters. So we have hard coded it. If you pass the function name correctly, AWS EC2 to key type, key name. So with the help of these things, we can get the list of all the key pairs associated in my particular token region. All the key pairs I will get it. So instead of hard coding, if you don't want to go with instance type, also hard coding, I want to list out all the instance types. What we can do? So we can create one more thing like this. One more key pair. So here I can pass instance type. Okay. So wherever the alignment is there, so we need to have the same alignment like this. So if you see, started here, press down button. Same line it has started. So if you are giving like this, it will give an error. Always. So we can check in the valid YAML and YAML it also you can get it. So instance type, select the just so here instead of the key pair, we need to know the exact functions names, like what is the instance type, that name if you pass it. So how we are seeing the key pair, we can see the list of instance type. So instead of passing the hard code, we can choose the options. We are giving the end user, the person who is running the CloudFormation template, we are giving the end user to select the key pairs. So if you see my key pairs, in my token region, I have 3 key pairs are associated. Now by the template also, we can see all the key pairs. I'm not going to add it. So if you add new key pair also, automatically if you refresh, the 4th key pair also will show in the list. Okay, so this will help us to pull all the key pairs in my. So whichever the hard code things, if you don't want to give it, so if you want to provide the user to select the option, then we will go with the parameters. Okay, so like that instance type, we will select the same thing. We want to go with Devops 6M batch M. We'll select that key pair. Click on the next. Next. Just submit it. Okay. So if everything, what are the options or the resources it's trying to create it? If everything looks good, okay, fine. So it will be start creating the resources. Under the resource section, it will start creating one by one, key pair, key names, everything. So if anything problem will get it, it will not create. Go to the EC2 dashboard, instance running, check it. Okay. So once this creation is completed completely, then you can see same EC2 server, you can see here. See, same how we are launching the manual instances. So through CLI, we can launch the instances, and through CloudFormation template also we can launch the servers. Okay. Just which has a predefined template is there. So if you want to create a server, same kind of a server in different environments, so no need to follow the entire process. Launch instances, nothing you need to process it. Same template we can run in the multiple environments. Just we need to provide the based upon the region, we need to select the APIs. Okay, so that we need to do it. Okay, so here we can come here and refresh it. So create complete, total is completed. So here you can see the parameters. I have passed only one parameter key name. So in the output section, if you want to see the public IP, private IP, so we are not passed any output section here. We haven't passed any conditions also. Just if we pass a template version, parameters, resources, and this is called as a mapping. Wherever you're seeing the reference, we are going to map the, okay, so like that. So if you want to see another example, same thing, key name. So next we want to pass instance type. This is instance type. So one name we are giving it. So defining as a type as a string. So default value, if you don't select any value, we are passing T2 macro. So what are the values you want to pass it? Just will select the my instance. Same thing here. Same template. Okay, you can see it up here. So my instance type, allowed values, default values T2 micro. So how many values you want to support it? I want to support T2 medium also. Just come here. So this is the template. Save the template. I don't want to go with hard-coded instance type. So I can take my instance type, this one. So I can put here what I can put, exclamatory mark, REF, reference, my instance type. That's it. Save it. Okay. So now if you want to update the template, we can update the template or we can go update. Okay, so use current template or replace the current template. So I want to replace the current template. So uploading the new template, choose the file. EC2 creation. Click on next. Okay. So now previously we have only the key pair files. Now what are the allowed values you want to provide it? So allowed values I have provided only 3. So if you want to copy all the things, AWS instance type. Instance types. Okay, so now if you go to the T2 family, these many things are there: nano, micro, small, medium. Just to copy this, which are the things you wanted, just to copy the things, keep on adding here. These are all the supported for T family. Like how many things you want it? If you want 8 GB, like this. So these are the allowed values. Keep on adding how many values you want to show it. So you can show from the list here. Just save the file. Okay, so go to the cloud forms template, previous. Okay, so upload a file template. Again, we can choose it. Again, we can upload the template. Come here next. Like this. So you don't want to hard code the things, you want to provide the input for the user, any type of things. So whichever the things you are hard coding, everything, instance type, key name, image ID, everything, if you whatever the things you are hard coding it. So just by using the refer keyword. REF is the ref keyword, we need to use it. So what is the name we are using the instance type? Same name we need to pass here. If you don't want to hard code the things. So select it. If you don't select the options directly default, if you are not selecting it, so just what are the key pairs or default things are there. So we'll select this one. Click on next. If you are not selecting it, so the default option is there. So if you want to every server, I want to go with medium means. So default value we can update here t2.medium. Save it. Same file. Just to click on previous. Choose file. Next. Default instance type for all my servers is t2.medium. Automatically it's selected. So if you are manually creating unknown user also, if it's creating it. So just if you want to change to one thing, we can change it, update it like that. Okay, so this is the way we can define the n number of parameters. If you want to go with the availability zones also, just we will add the parameter section. I want to create a resource in particular availability zones. So what are the current availability zones which are supported by this region? So we can check it from. Okay, so when you are launching the instances, we can see what are the availability zones in my server. So go to the here under the network settings, edit it. If you go to the subnets, so 1A, 1C, 1D. So these are the 3 availability zones by my particular token region. So these 3 availability zones, I want to create a server in particular availability zone. So what we need to do? So we need to go to the parameter sections. Again, we need to add one more column like availability zones. Okay, so here instead of key name, we need to add one more key file called availability zone. Just we need to know the key name of it. Use refer agents. So here instead of instance type, what I can pass? agents like this. Description like that. We can add the description and type and what are the availability zones are there, how we are fetching the key pairs. Same thing, we have the type is there. Just we need to pass the type and we need to know the what is the function for getting the availability zones. Same thing. Here is my availability zones. Okay, so if you don't have the function like this, type is a string, default availability zone, and what are the availability zones, we can hard code it. Just set this. Okay, so this is my availability zone. So default one, what is the availability zones for my server? Just click here, subnet. It is AP Northeast. I can select the region. So what are the things are supported here? 1A, 1C, 1D. Come here. 1A is the default one. 1A. 1B. Okay. Let's see here. 1A, 1C, 1D. Sorry. 1C. Like that. So whatever the name here is giving, select copy this name. So this one we need to check it. So what is the availability zone is very correctly we are passing or not. So come to here and check this. Same thing, we are passed the correctly only. So under the property section of this server, one of the properties availability zone. I want to create a server in particular region means. So we will create a one name here. Type as a string, we'll pass it. This is, we can define our own values. All the values. Same thing instance type, how we are defining it. What are the values you want to provide it? Same thing availability zone like this. So just save this template, keep on updating the template until it is working. Keep on adding it. Go to your template, previous. So choose your new template, upload it, click on next. Keep on adding the parameters. So first I have added the key pair. So next is instance type. Next is availability zones. I want to create a server in one availability zone. So when you are seeing the server here, so what are the availability zone, which availability zone you want to create it? So we can select here directly. Nothing is there. What are the under the property section? Which value you want to pass it? What type of value you want to pass it? So this, if you want to hard code means hard coding. No, I want to pass a dynamic means keep on adding the parameters. And what are the name we are providing it? Just we are providing the reference to that. That's it. So this is the way we can create a number of parameters to your resources. This is the only sample example for EC2. Same work will not come in the real-time scenarios. Okay. So we make it work on anything. So we need to be focused on these things. So no hard coding means we will go with parameters. Okay. Same thing, we can select it. Everything looks good only. Just we'll select the T2.medium. Same thing. Click next, 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 submit. So if you are submitting any errors way of getting it, what we can do? So update in progress. Same EC2 server we are creating it. For same server we have updated the availability zones, key names, everything we have updated. So if any error comes here, it will show in the error in the red color mark. So if you want to create a new resources, just same stack only. If you want to create a new resource means just update the name here. Instead of dev instance, we can give some other name, TC2 instances, test instances. So it will create a new resources. Existing resources, if you are updating means same resource name we need to maintain it. Now we are using the same resources. So we are keeping, it will show in the update in progress. If it is an instance name is different means it will do new instance creations. Okay. So until its update is completed, okay. So it will keep on see the what are the things happening in the backend, we can see it. So what are the resources it's creating? Okay, so update is completed. So this is the final task. Update is completed. We can come here and go to the EC dashboard, click on the running one, and refresh it. Now, so T2.microwave is there. So T2.medium, it has been updated. So our key pair is changed to the, and you can see the availability zone. You haven't selected any availability zone, so it has picked up automatically. What are the availability zone you have selected? So in this way, we can create an update template. So our ultimate goal is to understand the requirements very well. So create a template. So keep on adding it. So if you are going to work on the existing template, don't be focused on everything. Don't see by seeing the lengthy templates. Go to the parameter section, key pair they are adding, instance step they are adding, availability zone adding. So what are the name they are adding? Just highlight it. It will show the highlight things. Okay, so in the dev instances, they are creating security groups, and the properties is image ID, instance, key pair, availability and security groups. Like that. So if they ask one more thing, we need to come to the parameter section, add your things, refer that things in the resource section. That's it. Okay, so now this is the instance type, availability zones. So now if you want to see one more parameters examples, this we are not doing anything, right? You know, availability zones, instance type. Okay, that's it. So this is the example for your parameters. Any number of parameters, if we want to provide the option to the user itself, so we can give the user option for the parameter section. Okay, so next thing is we will go with conditions. Version, parameters, resources, mapping is done. We will go with functions, conditions and functions. Okay, so go to same here. We will go to the mappings also fine. Mapping. Now, based upon the region, I want to map your AMI ID. So now currently I'm in the Tokyo region. So same template I want to carry to another region. I don't want to provide the hard-coded things. Like I don't want to, every time I don't want to modify the template. So just I will, in my real-time scenario, I'm going with only 2 regions. Everybody in the company, they don't go with multiple regions. They will go with either 1 region or 2 regions. Maximum 2 regions they will go with. So either North Virginia or Ohio region they will go with, or Mumbai with some other region they will go with. But they don't go with multiple regions. For our all the servers creation, they will go maximum 2 regions they will go with. So we are going to create a resources in 2 regions only. So what we will do? So we will go into mappings. So refer is one way, and another one is we will define the mappings. So what these mappings will do? So we will define one name of it. So for this, if my region is US East 2, my region is US East 1. So like for all the regions, we can select it. For example, my region is AP Northeast 1. If I'm executing the CloudFormation template in my particular region, AP Northeast 1, so what I can do? So I can take this template. Copy it. So only we are going to see with. So my region is, for example, my region is in Northeast 1. So we can get the region name from the URL. So this is my region name. Tokyo region code is AP Northeast 1. We can select this one. Same thing if you want to create a resources in North Virginia. 2 regions. I open the North Virginia. So my region code is US East 1. So select this US East 1. So in my project, I'm using only 2 regions. One is North Virginia, I'm using Tokyo. So if it is North Virginia means I need to go with one AMI ID. If it is North Virginia, I have to go with another AMI ID. So that one, so image ID you can take it. So find in map is a function. So it will look for the mappings. Find in mapping is nothing but, so wherever the mappings is defined, it's, so look for this particular mapping. So my region map is the mapping. So refer AWS region, which one you want to refer it? So that one we will refer it by using this region name. Type is AWS EC2. Keep here how we are selecting is. So based upon this refer, we are providing the region name function. So which region you are selecting it? So based upon the region, it will find it and it will select the IDs. So previous example, we have hard coded the images. So based upon the region, I want to select the ID automatically. I don't want to go with a specific region. So same template, I want to carry out 2 regions. In 2 regions, I want to carry the same template. We don't have the access to editing for some other persons. So we have to create in a single template. We want to create a resources in 2 different regions without modifying it. So what we can do? So into the parameter section, we are going to parameters, user has to select it, but I don't want to do the parameters. I want to go with mappings. So North Virginia automatically select one ID if you are uploading the same template in my. So this function will pick up the key pairs for respective region. Region wise, it is selecting the key pair. We are not going to do the hard codings. Here, if you are taking the mappings, now US East 1, if you go it, now if you go to the East 2, so when you click on the launch instance, okay, so now we can select the ID. This is my ID. Select this, copy here. Which server you want to create it? Just select the ID here. This is my ID for my Tokyo region. Select this. Select this. 2522 is my Tokyo region ID, and this ID is for North Virginia. So remaining all the things are same. If you want to hard code or if you want to pass the dynamic parameters, okay. But image ID, I want to want to go with hard coded one. So based upon the region, I want to select it. So here only thing means you need to focus in the mappings. Region mapping is the name. Here if you are changing the name, same name we need to update in the here. So this is user defined. User can define any name. So here they are defining the region mapping. So they are telling that find in mappings. Look for the region map. So select the region. What is the region you are selecting? This we are passing as a function, AWS region. It will look for the region name. It is a North Virgin means the region name it will automatically populate the value in the backend and look for the HCM key. So same thing, Control S, downloads, easy to region based. Select this one, sorry, file. Which one we need to save as? EC2 region based .yaml. We have seen the parameters. We have seen the references. Conditions. Now we are going to see the mappings. So now I'm going to create 2 templates. One is from the North Virginia, another one is for Tokyo. So in the North Virginia, I will go with the CFT, cloud formation template. So even in the Tokyo region, we are going with CFT. Cloud formation template in the Tokyo region and cloud formation template in North Virginia. So North Virginia, this is Tokyo region. So click on create stack, upload a template, choose the file. Okay, EC2 region based YAML file, you're uploading it, click on next. So we are not seeing any mappings here. Automatically we are uploading the Tokyo region. So when you click on the Tokyo region, server creation. Key pair is same thing when we are uploading the Same template in the North Virginia. Same template. Click on next. So we don't have any key pairs. So just will create one key pair. Create a key pair. Okay. So now we can come to the previous section. Choose file again. Okay. So click on next. North Virginia. Next. Submit. I'm submitting here. I'm submitting here. Two, with a single template, I'm trying to create a resources in 2 different regions. Same template. Okay. So we need to go and check the resources. It's failed. So we go to the resource section. It is creation in progress. So it got failed here. We need to check the errors. Right. So node subnets are available in the default CC. Please specify subnet. So subnets are not available for this region. It is getting failed. Okay. So what we can do? We can go with another region. Ohio. Ohio region. Select a key pair. Something test 1, 2, 3. Create a key pair. Ohio region. So same template. Now Ohio region code is yes is to 2. Come here and update your just this one and go to your AMIs. Instances running, launch instance, you take it anything. Okay, same template. Just come here, create a stack, upload a template, choose file. Next. Next. Stack name is Ohio region, server creation. Select key pair, click on next. Submit. So if in this particular region is having any problem, it will show failed. So the North Virginia subnets are not there. So we are not using. You can see resource creation. Same thing. Start created in the Ohio region. Same thing if you go for EC2. Automatically based upon the region, it will select the AMI ID here. Now it is created in the Ohio region and same thing in the Ohio region. Micro one instance is getting created. So the 2 instances based upon the AMI of this particular region, automatically it is selected based upon the mappings. So you can create a number of regions here. Now US is to 2. Now US is to 1 like that. Okay, region, North Virginia region, n number of regions you have it. You can select the region name and AMI ID, we can pass it. So when you are creating the template is a common, but if you run the template in various region, so based upon the region name, it will pick the AMI ID and it will pass the AMI ID to your image ID. Understood the concept, guys? Mappings. Let's see.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So like that, we need to do the mappings. If you want to see some more examples also, from there we can see the same thing. Based upon the environment. So this is one mapping. I'm going to go with, I can given my own name. So how we are doing the region mapping, I can give one more thing like environment mapping. So dev is, if you're doing one thing, I want to select the instance type as T2 micro. If I want to go with production, I want to go it. So these are the two values. These we are hard coding everything. These are not related to the AWS. Based upon the environment, if we are selecting the dev options, how we are selecting the parameters option. So if you are having the dev environment means, so just we need to pass the instance type here. So instance type, what we will do generally, refer instance type, will pass it. But based upon the region, if you want to do it, I need to change the instance type automatically. So in that cases, what we will do, so we will do one mapping here, dev production instance type. So which variable we are referring here, that variable always will pass here. So if you see here region mapping, so this is the key, this is the value. Refer the key value, which region you are going to select it, that region will get it by the AWS region. So this is AWS region one, but if it is, this is hard coded one. So my name is my environment map. I can pass refer my environment mappings in the mapping section. Find in map is the function name. So look for the mapping name, which mapping I need to look it for instance type. So we are telling that my environment map, you look it my environment map. So which one I want to refer it? Refer which one I want to refer environment name. So this is called as the environment names. So what environment names I need to refer it, so that we will get it instance type. So based upon instance type, when you're selecting the environment dev or prod, we can do it. So if you want to see the same example, just we'll copy this. The mapping sections. So wherever the region mapping is there, same column we will add environment mapping. So dev prod. So instance type, instead of passing T2 to micro, so based upon the environment changing dev and dev environment, we will have separate configurations. Production, we have separate configurations are there. So based upon the environment variable dev or production, we are selecting it, we can pass the instance types. So this we can, how we are doing the same thing here, same we will copy paste, delete it. So here we are doing the region mapping. Here we are doing the environment mapping. Just copy it, paste it. So here we are referring the HM64. Here we are referring the instance type. Just change the. Now references, it picks the region name. Here it is. We need to pass the environment. Okay, so same template, we can come here. Just go to the CloudFormation template. Refresh. Click on update. Replace current template. Upload it. Choose file. Something is dependency is missing. Okay. This environment name, whatever the variable we are defining it, so it is referring from the parameters. So what are the name we are passing here? It's a variable name. So that is looking for the parameter section. Environment name. So this is not AWS one. We can create our own environment variables also. Same type is a string, default value, allowed values. So this environment name only we are referring here. So if it is matches to the respective URL, we can pass the steps. This AWS thing means we will directly pass the AWS and the region. If you are providing your own hard-coded values, we can define one environment variable. What are the values you want to provide? Dev, SIT, testing, UAT. So that names we need to match here. Just save it. Go to the CloudFormation templates. Choose file. Region based. Next. So some dependencies missing. Just Control R, Control C. Go to your valid YAML. YAML it. Copy. Go. It's valid only. Go to the CloudFormation templates, previous, choose file, region based, click on next. Now you can see the environment name. So based upon if we are selecting the environment as a prod means, so for the server creation, we are changing the instance type to small. We want to go with bigger one also fine. It is in your option. You are going to map it. If I want to create a server in dev environments, dev. Practice purpose, we will choose dev. If it is a production server, I want to do the replica of the service as a production environment. So just will select the prod, the server configurations will be changing. Media. So this we can create it. We can map these things to your mappings. So this variable we are referring it. This variable is in the parameter section. This matching things. Okay. So like this, we can do the mappings. Okay. Understood? Tomorrow we'll see the conditions and we'll close the CloudFormation templates and we'll start with SNS and SPS.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you guys. Bye.